Hey there, I'm Celia, a French freelance illustrator and full-time designer. Welcome in this new video. Today we are talking about how to fill a sketchbook. I'm a big fan of sketchbooks and I love to collect them, but it took me quite a long time before finding my way to fill them. And there is nothing more satisfying than to finish a full sketchbook, so here are a few tips for you to actually fill them. Let's start with the first tip. Find a sketchbook that you will like to use. Sketchbook tastes are really personal and you will probably have to try some before finding your perfect sketchbook. It will depend on the art that you are making, on the art supplies that you are using and how you like to draw. If you pick a sketchbook that you don't like to use, it will get really difficult to stay motivated and to fill it to the end. If you find a sketchbook that you really like to use, don't hesitate to stick to it and to rebuy it whenever you need. There is a balance to find. Some people don't feel comfortable to draw in sketchbooks which are too fancy because they are afraid of ruining it. But if you find it ugly, you probably won't like to use it either. It's really a personal taste. If you feel more comfortable in a cheap sketchbook, go for it. 2. Make room in your planning for your sketchbook. Sketchbooks are quite long to fill, but they can become a really good and distressing process if you are making some place in your agenda for it. It can be every day, every week, every month, but try to plan a date with your sketchbook when you will have the opportunity to spend some time doing art in your sketchbook. Creating a habit will help you to switch more and more easily into a creative mode. The plan isn't to create a masterpiece or to spend 8 hours every day on your sketchbook, but maybe planning 10 minutes every day or 1 hour every week can help you create this artistic habit. If someday you don't feel inspired or motivated, open your sketchbook and do the tiniest sketch possible. Doing it even if you are not motivated is going to allow you to keep this habit. And if you feel motivated and inspired, you can do a full double page. 3. Bring it everywhere with you. If you feel comfortable with a tiny sketchbook, something smaller than an A5, you will be able to bring it with you almost everywhere. And having your sketchbook with you all the time will allow you to jump on a lot of opportunities to draw, waiting for a friend, public transport, lunch breaks, waiting for an appointment. If you are trading some of your phone time with sketchbook time, it will be filled super quickly. When I'm traveling, I like to bring with me a tiny sketchbook that can fit into my pockets, so I can really bring it everywhere and it's super accessible. I'm also keeping a pen close to it so I could start and stop drawing super quickly and easily. And it's creating a lot of good memories linked to my sketchbooks and my trips. 4. Create some drawing lists. You can use the end of your sketchbook to note some drawing ideas. I really love to do that because whenever I feel motivated but I don't know what to draw, I just have to look at this list and I can really easily find what to draw. Don't hesitate to note the maximum details related to this idea, because it probably won't be easy to remember what inspired you if you don't note it. Whenever you feel inspired but you can't draw, focus your creativity on finding new ideas that you can put in this list, so any creative time won't be lost. 5. Use one sketchbook at the time. Using multiple sketchbooks at the time is a terrible idea for me. It's something that you can do if you are a professional artist who spends 5 hours every day on sketchbooks, but if you are like me and you don't have that much time, splitting the time that you can spend on your sketchbook on multiple ones will lead you to never finish one. And I'm telling you that from experience. Before, I couldn't resist starting a new sketchbook each time I was buying one or someone was gifting me one. But it led me to have 5 sketchbooks started at the same time, and I never finished them until I decided to focus on one of them at a time. I find it even more satisfying and motivating because when I have a sketchbook that I really want to use, I know that I have to finish my current one, and it motivates me a lot. Of course, there is a lot of people who are really comfortable with multiple started sketchbooks, but my favorite moment is when I'm finishing one, so I like to be more focused. There is a concept of beautiful versus ugly sketchbook, meaning that you could have a sketchbook where you are going to put a lot of effort, and an ugly sketchbook where you can experiment and do raw sketches. Personally, I'm not a fan of this concept because the pretty sketchbook is always super complicated to feel because you are putting a lot of stress on it. So what I do is that when I know that I will do something rough or ugly or a draft, I'm putting it at the end of my sketchbook. So the beginning of my sketchbook is supposed to be prettier, and at the end there is a bunch of experimental things, and it's super satisfying because as I'm filling the sketchbook by the both sides, the end of the sketchbook is getting closer and closer each time, and it really sparks joy for me. To conclude, feel free to experiment in your sketchbooks. Don't look back because some pages are going to be ugly, but it's needed if you want to progress. It's really your space, and getting comfortable will help you to feel it more easily. And the most important is to have fun. That's it for today. Don't hesitate to share and comment your own tips. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!